Okay, let's paint the violets. First we're going to take this color, funnily enough it's called violet, and we're going to paint like a heart shape, but not down to a sharp edge. And then we're going to add a petal that's attached on the left, one right from the center, and one more at the bottom on the right. So that makes 5, and it doesn't matter if they're all the same brightness of purple. And afterwards, I like to take the brush and just kind of round out the shapes that I've been making. If there's an edge that's rough or jagged, I'll smooth it out. Now we're going to do a flower from the side. So we do 1, 2, 3 little shapes. And then this is where my light just turned off while I was painting. And I had to get up, go back over, shake my arms around, because we have a motion light in the workshop. And I guess this meant my watercolor motioning wasn't enough to keep the lights on. Okay, so we've got three little flowers. Now we're going to try one more full-on flower. So we do a heart, and then we do 1, 2, 3 petals hanging off the bottom of the heart. And that's your basic violet flower. Now I'm going to take some green, and this is spring green, and I'm going to just make some general leaf shapes. I'm kind of doing like half of a heart, and then I'm going to do another half of the heart on the right, leaving a bit of white space between the shapes, because violet leaves are kind of heart-shaped. So you could try this in different shapes around the paper, doing one curve half of a heart, and then matching in another half on the left. And the curve just gives it a bit of perspective. So then when I got to this point, I'm kind of thinking, oh, we have to do some of the stems. So these are just, there's usually one curving stem that comes from the back of the flower that looks like an umbrella handle. So if you can get a couple of those in there, that really helps send the whole violets thing. And then the one that's the flower from the side, you add a few little leaves to give it some character. So we've got our stems, and now I think that we needed a bit more of a darker green. So these leaves are still wet, and I'm just dropping in some darker green on top. That's pine green that I'm using there. So I'm adding a bit. You can see where the leaf is already dried, it doesn't really blend out easily, so I'm going to go back to that after and just kind of smooth it out. And I'm just keeping a touch into those stems that I did. It's really easy to build your confidence by going with a lighter color and then coming in darker over it after. And now I've flipped my brush around. I'm using the back end of the brush to draw in lines down the length of the petals and to kind of draw that out and make it darker in the center of the flower. This pressure somehow draws more pigment into those lines. So give it a little wipe, and I'm going to do lots of horizontal lines on the leaves too. It's going to make the leaves look really detailed. But I didn't have to actually paint that with paint. That's just the pressure of the brush on the wet paper. See that go? That's one of my favorite tricks. So after we do that, that's it. That is how to paint woodland violets.